Hey, Chappelle here, coming at you from Richmond Park, the beautiful Richmond Park, the outdoors here in southwest London, UK. Hey, in this video I'm going to give you, let's say, a key to the answer that you're looking for, and that is the answer on the question, what is it that I want to do in my life? What is it that I should be doing in my life? Okay, so what do I mean with a key that can give you an answer that you're looking for? Well, let me try to explain this. And first let me ask you a question, and that is like, do you feel that in your life you are walking on similar roads where you constantly hit, let's say, a roadblock, constantly like a dead end, and it's like, you know what, I have been through that so many times. Maybe it's in your relationships, you know, maybe you're constantly attracting people in your personal relationships, romantic relationships, career, business relationships, you know, constantly you're attracting people that goes into similar control type dramas, you know, just dramas that you just don't need or want. Then of course, maybe in your career, in your job, you're constantly getting stuck in a job where you attract, let's say, or you create similar type of experiences. Maybe it just pays the bills, but it just doesn't feed your mind and it doesn't feed your soul, and you constantly are like bored and unfulfilled. Okay, now if you can say yes, if you can say yes to the question that yes, I feel that, then congratulations, because then you're halfway there. Okay, so to get an answer, and I will give you a very straightforward and simple answer. Okay, will it be easy? Who said life will be easy? But at least it's very simple to understand, and that is to really to figure out what it is that you should be doing with your life, is to get in touch with your emotions. Okay, and once you get in touch with your emotions, basically then you're starting to exercise and sharpen your intuitive senses. Okay, now your intuition, it's also really part of your heart intelligence, you know, and it really can give you that sense of, yes, that's what I love to do, you know. It's like when you just let's say you create for the joy of creating. Okay, you can just be fully present at it. You don't do it because once someone told you you should be doing that, or because you do it because then someday you can get this and that. No, you just do it because you freaking love to do it, right? It is like, it's something that will make you forget the time. It's where you can be completely present. That will give you a sense of freedom and peace. It's really just being at peace and at ease with yourself. Also, what I mean with that is like a bird singing his song. You know, I mean, right now I can look up and say, listen, man, listen, little bird, I don't like you singing this song to me. Let me throw a stone at you. What is this bird going to do? He will fly away, go to a different tree, and he's continuing to sing his song over there. He don't care what I think about his song, right? That's also something like doing something with unconditional love, right? You do it with no expectations. And I truly believe the ultimate freedom that we can experience as human beings is the freedom of expectations. The freedom of expectations, because here's also what I mean is that we are putting like high levels of expectations on ourselves, because that's basically what our lower self or our ego-centric self wants us to do, which has everything to do again with why you are walking into certain type of roads where you constantly hit like similar roadblocks, and that has similar like dead ends. Okay, why do you experience that? Is because you make your decisions based on your ego. Now, what is the ego? The ego is like a survival mechanism. Okay, let's say all the life experience you have gone through, you have once experienced, is like all these thoughts, all these emotions, all these type of experiences, is you fell it into your subconscious mind. You place all these files, let's say, in an infinite library. Okay, and when you go through life, and when you hit a certain type of situation, a certain type of experience, then what will happen is your ego which is also like the librarian of the subconscious mind, goes into your subconscious mind and is projecting your past memory into the present moment with the expectation it becomes your future as well. So that's what I mean. We are a slave of our ego and a slave of expectations. And when you can free yourself from that, then you can start to step into, let's say, a higher level of consciousness. You will also be then connecting with your higher self. And through your higher self, then you can start to receive the inspirations, the insights and the ideas, okay, that you want to bring out to the world, okay? But that really starts at learning how to master, let's say, your lower self, your lower ego-centric self. Now, why are we so attached to our ego self, our ego lower self? Because it's a way for us to protect ourselves, okay? Now, the reason why it's so difficult for us to step into our emotions, to experience our emotions, to express our emotions, is because we have a myth in our society that expressing your emotions is like weak. It's all up there, you know. It's too feminine, especially when you're a guy, you know. As a guy, you gotta be tough. You gotta be toughen up, you know. And that's the illusions that we have created for ourselves on how we should live our life. Now let me give you an example on that, and that is when I was very young, my parents went through a divorce. I never really felt safe being around my mother, because she didn't feel safe being with my father, who also experienced in his childhood that his needs were never met. So that's why he always felt very powerless and as a little victim in his life. And because he was trying to get his needs met by trying to control and intimidate other people, my mother started to experience a level of be feeling unsafe. And that's what I was picking up as a very young boy, and that's why I decided, okay, I'm not going with my mother, I'm trying to stay with my father. And then eventually, long story short, the emotional overwhelm I started to experience, I didn't want to experience that. So what I trying to do, I started to build up around a wall around myself, okay? And that's basically where it's like when you put like a layer of mud or dirt around your soul, as a way to protect yourself, as a way to survive. And if you really want to step into your higher self, your intuitive knowing, your intuitive senses, your internal GPS, you have to find a way to get rid of the dirt that you covered around your soul. Okay? Is to find a way to, you gotta find a way to break down these shields you have built around yourself. Alright? Now, how do you know if you have shields around you? Is that maybe you experience either anger, apathy, or depression. Okay? Apathy is like, you know, why bother? And I experienced all of that. Why? Because I never was able to express my emotions, and I wasn't really able with myself to step into that. Okay? To suppress it. And suppressing your emotions is like holding a balloon with air under the water. I mean, for how long can you do that? Eventually, when you let it go, it will pop up to the surface in a very violent way, isn't it? So that's basically what we're doing, and I always say it, you know, this is like the apocalypse of human consciousness. Why? Because apocalypse basically means is like the unseen truth that we are trying to hold under the surface will suddenly come to the surface, and these are all the lies we were basically living. The lies we're living is what I mean is trying to live behind a mask. Okay? So what can you do to step into your emotions? First, you gotta do mindfulness. Okay? Now, a very practical way to do that is, let's say you hit a certain type of event, situation, circumstances, roadblock, whatever. Then always look back at your thinking patterns. Always ask yourself the questions, write this down, is what was I thinking that brought me where I am today? If you start to do that, you start to step above yourself, okay? You look at yourself from a helicopter view. That's also what I mean with stepping into your higher self. And then you start to look at your thought patterns, okay? Your thought patterns that you have created along the way, okay? Which became part of your blueprint. So that is a way of doing mindfulness. And I have a more advanced video about that. And if you want to see that, I can send it to your email. You know, just in the link you'll probably find the description, and then you'll find a link in the description below this video, and then just leave your details, and then I will send this more advanced training to you, because there are also like 3 things that you can do, like once you become aware of these thought patterns, and then you can learn to get rid of these thought patterns. Another thing is, of course, very important, meditation. Okay, meditation is really where you can also learn to step into your higher self, because then you can look down at your lower self. And actually, there's like a 50-minute training video that really explains the power of short 50 minutes meditations a day, and that can really help you, let's say, in your finances, your relationships, or your health. And also I will send that straight away to your email if you want to learn that. Okay, so mindfulness, meditation, and of course constantly looking for more, exercising the heart. Exercise is what I would like to call the exorcism of negativity. Okay, you go to the gym because you want to exercise your body, because you want to feel stronger, and when you do actually the exercises, it's painful, it's unpleasant, but then after a while you feel better. It's the same with exercising the heart. Okay, when you do it, it's painful, it's unpleasant, things are coming up to the surface, emotions you have still holding on to suddenly come to the surface, but eventually you'll start to experience more freedom. Okay, that's what I mean with exercising the energetic heart, and that's what I'm doing here at my YouTube channel, because this is what we are missing in our society, because we live in a society that is way out of balance. If we go through school, what we learn is basically trying to do logical things. Okay, we live in a world based on logic and rationality, and that's something that's very important till a certain degree. Okay, of course we need to use our rational mind, but eventually we also need to learn how to use our intuitive senses, which unfortunately we have been suppressing for decades, centuries. All right, we have been this has been passed on from religions and all the kind of things, like stepping into your own intuition. It's bad, you know, and that's one of the illusions that we are living. And because of that, we experience a world of duality and separation. Duality, good or bad, that we see everything good or bad, and separation is being separated from our self with a capital S. All right, so if you would like to learn more about it, then go ahead. You'll find a link in the description where you can get started with some more advanced work. And on my blog, I also will share another video with you. It's actually a video from another YouTuber which I truly admire, and that really goes deeper into apathy, which is also very related to the subject I just spoke about, and it also goes to you know, of why we are suppressing our emotions, and that we can't really know what it is that we want to do. So apathy, it's, you know, apathy is like, you say to yourself, like, why bother? You know, what is the point of doing this or doing that? You know, if I work hard and I make money, I have success, I still can't be happy. I still can't experience joy. So why bother? And that's exactly what I struggled with myself, because first in my younger 20s, I really wanted to prove my worth through accomplishments, and then when I was having a little bit of financial success, I was like, you know what? I still don't enjoy myself. I'm traveling, but I'm not enjoying the moment, you know? I mean, you can travel the world, but you're still bringing yourself with you, you know? So when you can't experience that level of joy, you know, then you know, like, okay, I'm struggling with apathy. Why? It's because you can't really step into your emotions. You can't really express your emotions, and then you can't also really experience love, joy, purpose, passion, and all those kind of things and fulfillment that you are looking for. Alright? Hey, Paul here, coming at you from Southwest London, If you saw some value in this, then please make sure you're going to subscribe to my channel for more of this type of videos where we really dive deeper into your mind, to master your mind and learn to practice your intuition, tap into your higher self and conquering the lower self so you can step into your own personal powers. And make sure you subscribe to my mailing so I can also send you these videos to your mailing as well. And let's do this work together, because we are in this together. All right, Shapal here. See you next time. Bye bye.